Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. So there has been some major updates, pretty big updates that will pretty much change a lot of the gameplay that people will be using in Helldivers. So I just opened it up and I've been a part of the Helldive community and it has been blowing up with this update patch. So let's open it up and let's see what the alright, so I don't know if you guys are able to see. If I need to zoom in, I'm sure you should be all right with that, guys. All right, let's have a look. So it's definitely a huge balancing patch. So what is patch? We have made improvements and changes for the following areas: balance, weapons, strategies. So this is definitely my first reaction in terms of what has been changed. Now balancing. So in general, armors with armors above 100 will reduce damage on headshots. Okay, so I guess survivability with the bots isn't too bad, but you'll probably still get one-shotted with rockets. Victory poses. All right, yeah, that's all right. Cool. Burning damage reduced by 15%. I don't know how I feel about that. That means the burning damage that you'll implement, that you'll do onto enemies, will be reduced as well. Look, it increases your survivability as well as the survivability of the enemies, which I'm not a big fan of. I feel like they should have just burning damage onto you. That would be a huge help, because literally those bot Hulk flamethrowers, just literally, if they come in contact with you with the flame, you're just instantly dead. There's no way of surviving that one. Okay, so we have here the XB9 exploding crossbow, slightly smaller explosions. I don't know why. Look, why are they reducing? They're like, it's almost like I feel like they're nerfing, but then they're also buffing some sort of stats for the weapon. But I don't think explosive crossbow needed any sort of nerfing. I feel like it just need to have a bit of a buff. So the explosions I feel like shouldn't have been changed. Stagger, yes, fair enough. I feel like all the slow firing weapons do need a bigger stagger, just to help with the slow firing rate. Decrease numbers of mag from 12 to 8. I guess we shall see. It just means that I feel like when they're reducing the amount of mags and that you will be able to hold, I feel like it's like almost the developers telling you to play more strategically, you know, especially when you're playing on Helldive. You don't need to attack every single enemy that comes around. Like, you definitely need to pick your battles. That's why I feel like sometimes when you notice there are a lot of players that like to stick around and kill everything, they're the players that tend to get all the teammates, killed. They reduce the mag size from 12 to 8, increase number of mags received from resupply from 6 to 8. So it means that you will get you pretty much get a full amount of resupply. Slightly reduction in ergonomics. Slight reduction in ergonomics. What does that even mean? Oh, I have a feeling it's probably, with the turning when you're in third person aiming, when you turn, it's almost like with the Dominator, like when you turn compared to like a SMG, it's almost like the reaction of aiming is slower. So I have a feeling this might have something to do with that. And muzzle velocity increase. Muzzle velocity. So is that like I'm assuming it's the fire rate, not fire rate, the bullet travel, which isn't too bad. Oh, the quasar cannon has been debuffed. So increase recharge time by 5 seconds. So I'm assuming that's it powering up to shoot, not after. I'm assuming. So it either by 5 seconds. So whatever it is, let me know in the comments, like, has it been increased like 5 seconds added on top, or has it been changed to 5 seconds it takes for it to recharge? I have a feeling it's the increase of recharge rate. So after you fired the gun, they've added another 5 seconds on top of that. They need to elaborate a little bit more just to make things a little bit easier for the players. The adjudicator, yeah, is now full auto on default mode, reduced recoil, which is great. That's what I was saying, like the auto, like it was just literally erratic. It was so hard to aim with that gun. Increased mag size, yep, I agree with that. Increased number of, all right, cool. Now placed amongst assault rifles. Good. It felt more like an assault rifle than it did as a you know, as a DMR. But I feel like they should have increased the damage with this weapon as well. Like that has definitely, you know, yeah. The LSA 98 laser cannon. So are these primary weapons? I think these are primary weapons, or is this a support weapon? I think it's a support weapon. I think it's like the big laser gun that shoots. All right, so that is increased damage, slightly increased, slightly reduced damage versus large volume bodies. So the charges, I'm assuming you'll get reduced damage. Bile Titans, all the heavies, I think it's been reduced. However, like the damage to smaller guys have been increased. Okay. Oh, here we go. The Punisher Plasma. Decrease maximum mag size. What? No one's using this. What they should do is, if they decrease the mag size, they should also increase the amount of damage it does. Or even the explosion. Like, I don't agree with that. Increase amount of magazines received. Okay. Projectile speed. Oh, okay, cool. Now this is what's needed. Increase projectile speed, which is great, but still keeps similar range. Decrease damage fall off on explosion. What's that even mean? So it's like, is it the AoE damage that's decreased? So did they debuff this weapon when it's... How did... Alright, someone needs to explain this to me. Comment on the, you know, let me know in the comments below. Can you elaborate on that? From my understanding, it sounds like that they're decreasing the damage, the AoE damage, pretty much. Like as it spreads out, the further away the enemy is from the center of explosion, receives less damage, which I believe, like, no, I don't agree with this, unless, look, we're gonna have to test it out though. The arc, all right, perfect. They've increased shots per minute, so the firing rate has increased from 30 to 45, and it's now been placed. All right, this will be one hell of a gun to try now. The Eruptor, decrease number of maximum mags to 12, from 12 to 6. And explosion damage drops off slightly faster. Explosion damage drops off slightly faster. What's it? I don't even know what that even means. Someone needs to elaborate that for me. Oh, everyone's favorite gun, the sickle. Decrease the amount of magazine size from 6 to 3. That's nothing. Like, if you're complaining about this has been debuffed and everyone's complaining about the sickle, then I feel like you are using the gun completely wrong. Like, who is going to be like, it definitely has unlimited ammo. You just have to, you know, hit manage the gun. I feel like if you're complaining about this, it's just a skill issue. It's either that or you're one of those people that want to pretty much attack everything and you don't like the chart. You probably don't even play in Helldive mode, I guess. Let me know, give me your opinions on this. I just feel like this is not a bad, it's just helping people change their play style. If you're complaining about this being a big debuff or it's, you know, being nerfed, then I feel like you've either got a skill issue or you know, you're just that type of person that likes to run and gun everything and aggro hordes and hordes and hordes of enemies. So you just have to switch between weapon and primary and secondary. All right, LSA Scythe. Oh, they increase the damage. This will be one gun to try, even though it is pretty terrible. We definitely tried it. So damage increase from 300 to 50. Decrease max number of mags from 6 down to 4. I feel like all the lasers with infinite ammo, they've decreased. I feel everything they've decreased the mags. So yeah, I feel like they're either trying to get you to change your playstyle, you know, and to yeah, I guess utilize more stratagems that can take down, you know, those large number of enemies to try and preserve ammunition. I feel like that's how it is. Railgun. Oh, the railgun has, it's been modified slightly. Increase armor penetration in both safe mode and unsafe mode. So I wonder if this is able to now take down like hulks with just it being in safe mode. We definitely need to test that out. Like, this is actually a pretty good improvement. Stagger, if you're using this gun to stagger enemies, I feel like it's either a skill issue. You just need to try to aim for the head and like the weak spots, and you should be pretty good. So I don't think this is a big issue, but this is massive. We just need to test it out against armor. Heavy weapon. Okay. This has definitely changed the gameplay a lot. The heavy machine gun, you can now use it in third person view with crosshair. So you don't have to actually use first person view. So this can actually change it a lot. So you can either compare this with like, I don't know, like the Eruptor or like any of these bigger, you know, weapons that has, you know, limited amount of ammo, and then you compare it with this one. You can actually take down quite a lot of big guys and small guys at the same time, which isn't too bad. Diligence, I haven't used the diligence for, you know, at all. I feel like a DMR or a sniper rifle. Damage increase from 128 to 140, not bad. And ergonomics improved. So I'm assuming maybe the way in which you're aiming, like if you turn from left to right, I guess it will be a lot quicker. So like the circle in the third person view will follow, which is great. All right, the diligence damage increase from 112 to, okay, no worries. Redeemer, the pistol, slight increase in recoil. Yeah, it's not too bad. If you're worried about recoil, just change it to semi-auto. At least you can just keep tapping while you're running away, which is great. The P2 Peacemaker, damage increase. Okay. So they've like tried to make it more usable, which isn't too bad. They just increase the damage. Oh, P8 sensor. I think this is the revolver. Okay, increased damage. Oh, the reloading. Okay, when it's empty, it will pretty much speed reloader added. So does that mean that it reloads it all at once instead of reloading it one at a time if you completely emptied the gun? All right, we'll just have to test that one out as well. The last 7 dagger damage increase. I feel that's needed, definitely. It felt like a water gun to me. Just imagine just squirting. AR Liberator, the basic weapon. I feel like they've tried to bring up all the weaker guns to make them more viable. The Liberator, which is not too bad. Apparently everyone actually liked that base gun. It was quite strong, which isn't too bad. The Liberator Concussive damage increase from 55 to 65. I don't know if that's any good. We'll just have to see. I have no idea. Damage decreased from they decreased the Dominator. The damage of the Dominator. It was so good, this gun. And now they... Yeah, okay. We'll just have to test it out. I feel like I feel it was balanced. Like, it was definitely up there. I've used it more ever since the Slugger got nerfed. I definitely preferred the Dominator a lot more. Okay. The Guard Dog got decreased damage by 30%. No one uses the normal Guard Dog. Well, I'm not saying no one uses it. I felt like a lot of people just use the Laser Guard Dog if they have any issues, with the little guys. It's just making it... I'm trying to think of their logic. I don't understand why they would decrease this Guard Dog, the damage of it. Yeah. Unless it was definitely a lot better. I have no idea. All right. Oh, the airburst rock. Okay, so they have definitely unlocked it instead of the proximity mines. All right. So this was definitely a huge issue, the RL-77. The friendly fire literally was obliterating every single teammate that's near that area. Or even if you shoot it, sometimes it explodes in your face. If you're near a stratagem, if you're near... Yeah, like, it's just absolutely ridiculous. So will no longer detonate when shot near stratagems. Oh, perfect. And other Helldivers. So there is no friendly... I guess there is friendly fire, but it doesn't explode in your face, which is great. All right. Reduce proximity radius. So you may need to shoot it at the actual target. We'll have to test it out. Look, it was definitely fun to use when I was playing with it. There were times when I just kept killing myself and killing teammates, which is unfortunate, and vice versa, like teammates killing me. But I think that's a good change. Stratagems. So health increase for the machine gun. All right. Tesla health increase. Okay, no worries. The spear reload stage. Reload after the spent missile has been discarded. Added reload stage after the spent missile has been discarded. Added reload stage. Added reload stage reload after the spent missile. Is this like... Oh, I don't know. I don't know what does that even mean. We'll just have to test it out. Let me know in the comments below. Is it like... So does it reload automatically or something like that? Like after... Or it's like, when you... Oh, I have a feeling if you reload and then you stop, it will continue at the stage of which you've cancelled the reload. So if you're halfway through reloading, it will start again halfway through reloading, because sometimes you got to dive away from enemies. All right, that's not too... I believe that's what it is. So let me know if I've interpreted it wrong. The rocket launcher. All right. What's this list? Cool. Yep, no worries. Unless it's combined with enemies. I have no idea. All right, but... All right, movement speed has reduced, which is great, because they were pretty annoying hulks. Force required for them to stagger slightly increased. All right. So meaning some of the weapons aren't going to work very well. Hulk Scorcher, direct flamethrower reduced by... Okay. That's what we need. I think that's a good way to help. So they decrease fire, so that means your survivability will be a lot more, and the flames, because either the flames were too too harsh or too easy for the enemies. Devastator fire rate slightly increased. Only the standard Devastator. Okay. Yeah, cool, no worries. Gunship sideways movement slightly increased. Great. So it means that you really need to aim better. Imagine, I'm just picturing it being like, dragonflies or something like that. That's going to be intense. Scout Strider riders. Now less vulnerable to explosions, so explosions don't work on them. Okay, fog generates health and armor increase. Oh, so does that mean that the smoke stratagem increases your health and armor? That will help with a lot of the extractions or defense missions. Gunship spawners now have much lower cap on how many gunships they can have active at the same time. So it's pretty much, it's just, instead of spawning like 3 or 4 gunships at once, it probably does 2 or 3. I guess that helps a lot in terms of being overrun by a lot of players. Enemy patrol. Patrol spawning has been increased when there are fewer than 4 players. So it's harder for solo players. Okay. The fewer the players, the bigger the change. So they're forcing you to actually play with people other than, solo playing. For 4-player missions, there will be no change. All right. The biggest noticeable change will be for solo players. There you go. At higher difficulties. Cool. Gameplay had minor generation improvements. All right. Map, this should be. All right. Likely will not spawn far away from each other. Okay. How we distribute locations throughout the maps. So it's just the AI generation of like objectives, so to reduce the distance. So it just brings everything closer together. Because it does take a lot of time to run back and forth, and especially if someone calls the extraction and you're on the other side of the map, the chances are you're not going to make it. When raiding a Helldivers, now salute to ensure maximum democratic raid. Okay. So it's to actually give you enough chances to see if someone's ready or not. Adding settings and option. This is disable automatic climbing and vaulting while sprinting. That gets rid of the automatically climbing on top of the ammo boxes. The ammo supply. All right, so we have here a new mission known as Raise the Flags, and now will be joined on higher difficulty. I have a feeling in Helldivers 1 it's pretty much just like holding the location. So if you have that mission, the side mission where it's uploading the data and it says protect the player, it's pretty much that, I'm assuming. And then that just pretty much causes like enemies to rush towards you. So it acts as more of like a defensive playstyle as opposed to an offensive playstyle. So you definitely need to have a balance of defensive stratagem. So maybe the mines would be pretty good for that. And the fog, which will hopefully help. Add ambience and tremors to planetary encounters. Underline. Okay, cool. Shots that ricochet from heavy armored will now probably hit the Helldiver who fires. Trigger So that means if you shoot at armored, that it can actually hit you and kill you. Interesting. Okay, so these are just the crashes. I usually don't look at the crashes because there's been so many crashes and so many bugs. Look at that. I think that's pretty much it. Wow. Various crossplay. All right. Doesn't sound too bad. All right, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I think it isn't too bad of it's huge balance. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you all in the next one. All right, peace.